Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, police investigating a shooting near some homes in Northport that left one local middle school teacher dead. The Northport police responding to Doblins Road in Northport after reports of a shooting around 12:20 this morning. Their officers found Heron Creek Middle School teacher Holly Fisher deceased and her husband Jason Fisher with a gunshot wound to the hand and chest. Police say preliminary investigations show Holly Fisher took her own life after firing at her husband. Jason Fisher is in stable condition at a local hospital. The investigation is ongoing. Heron Creek Middle School's principal, Matthew Gruhl, issuing the following statement. Our entire school community is saddened by this tragic loss. We all love Miss Fisher. She was a great teacher. She will be deeply missed by our students and staff. The Sarasota County School District has confirmed that grief counselors will be available for students and staff on Monday morning. This evening, the Charlotte County Fire Department and aircraft rescue team had to help a small aircraft following a crash landing. The crash occurred near the Punta Gorda Airport. The lightweight craft went down in the nearby wooded area. Once the team arrived at the scene, they found the small plane in the trees with one person on board. No hazards were reported. The pilot had minor injuries and was transported to a local hospital. The crash happened as the aircraft was trying to take off. The Federal Aviation Administration has been notified, and the cause of that crash is under investigation. Near Palmetto, local boaters aided a daring water rescue on the Manatee River. 2 men, 2 women, and a 2-month-old baby were just east of the train drawbridge around 11 p.m. on Friday night when their vessel began taking on water. They called 911, but potential rescue boats were too far from the scene. A nearby Manatee County Sheriff's deputy went to the Regatta Point Marina and enlisted the help of 3 boaters to help him respond to the distressed group. When they arrived, they found the back of the victim's boat overtaken by water. The group helped pull the people on that boat to safety on their own boat, as you can see from these pictures. Then the deputy and one of the men began bailing the water out of the boat until the Coast Guard arrived a few minutes later. The hole in the boat was plugged and the vessel was towed back to the dock, and law enforcement says it may have been a very different outcome if not for those 3 Good Samaritans. Well, one local fish species currently listed as critically endangered seems to be making a comeback. ABC 7's Erica Jackson tells us why Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is considering a limited harvest of the Goliath grouper.
Florida Fish and Wildlife are considering future management opportunities with different species of fish, including the Goliath grouper. And right now they're deciding whether they should keep the current prohibition or move forward with an open harvest.
Their numbers are certainly exploding.
Justin Berger is the owner of Fish Burger Charter Tours out of Longboat Key. Even though the Goliath grouper is listed as critically endangered on the International Union for the Conservation of Nature's Red List, he is seeing many more pop up in local waters.
Just from diving out here for most of my life, any typical spot that you'll dive, you'll see dozens and dozens of these Goliath grouper.
In a statement to ABC 7, Florida Fish and Wildlife said FWC staff is gathering public input on the possibility of a limited Goliath season, but adds a harvest of smaller-sized fish in South Florida is unlikely to harm the population.
I certainly think there could be a benefit for opening a very short season or maybe a lottery-based type season, but as far as a complete open season, I'm not sure that that's the answer.
Here, public input varies. Vincent Messina agrees there would be some benefit to a limited harvest.
When you start getting a lot of catch and releases and you know that the harvest is going to be okay, then you can go ahead and open the season for a month or so and then close it down and let it replenish itself.
Gary Musis from Rochester, New York has never caught a Goliath grouper in Florida waters, but he says he wouldn't keep it if he did.
I'd feel fortunate to catch one, but also fortunate to let it go.
Florida Fish and Wildlife plan to move forward by gathering more information from the public, and that includes hosting in-person meetings around the state. Right now, there are none planned for Sarasota or Manatee counties. Reporting in Sarasota County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And as you can see, great day to be out on the water today. Not a cloud in the sky. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a look at our local weather. Wendy?
I don't know if you've had a chance to be outside, but if you can take a look and see that full moon out there, it was absolutely gorgeous just a couple of hours ago. We are still looking at fair skies all across Central Florida, the southern part of the state. The entire state is really cloud-free, and we are just going to continue to see a beautiful night tonight. It's very crisp outside. Temperatures, of course, are dropping, and we are looking at our temperature reading right now of 59 degrees, but it's a starry night out there. We have 57 degrees for dew point, so it's nice and crisp feeling with those winds calm at this hour. For the overnight time period, we'll continue to see our temperatures drop, but we're expecting to bottom out at around 55 degrees tonight. We'll let you know what we can expect for tomorrow. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Adam.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Well, from Venice High School to Amalie Arena, one local teen's musical dreams will be coming true this Tuesday when she opens up for music legend Jon Bon Jovi during his concert in Tampa. It's an opportunity her family says has been a long time coming.
She was there for the summer.
For Hannah J., the path to sharing a stage with Jon Bon Jovi began with her sister and a camera.
She recorded me doing an original song on the piano, and we just sent it in. I was so nervous. I honestly did not think that I would be picked because there's so many other bands.
The rocker opened up a contest on Facebook saying he would choose local musicians across the country to open for his shows near their hometown. And the Venice High School student was picked to represent the Suncoast.
So it's definitely a big leap to go from the Performing Arts Center in Venice to Amalie Arena.
The 16-year-old's family says the music bug has been with Hannah since she started talking.
At school, the teachers would call and say, hey, we love her singing, but you know, during tests, we can't have this.
I am so proud of her. Even though I've always seen this for her, to actually see it happening is just overwhelming.
Hannah has written nearly 40 original songs, but had to pick 5 for the February 14th show. She recently sang the national anthem in front of 62,000 before a Tampa Bay Bucks game, but she says that won't compare to this, a venue where she watched so many of her favorite singers.
Not just going to see like Justin Bieber or a concert there or something like that, like I have in the past. I'm actually going to be the one performing on the stage there, and it's really crazy to realize.
And you can find more of Hannah's songs on her website, hannahj.com, and she says her EP, Run With It, will soon be available on iTunes as well. Well, it was a musical Saturday on the Suncoast. Flash mobs taking over multiple locations. Dozens of women participating in a local routine as part of the 1 billion rising flash mobs going on around the country this month. The national event is an effort to raise awareness of violence against women. One flash mob took place at the downtown farmers market in Sarasota, while another took place in Bradenton at the Old Main Farmers Market.
Raising awareness to me is just so powerful. The first way of change is raising awareness. We do have some men dancing, lots of ladies, and the dance teachers have been teaching free classes for the last 2 weeks all around Sarasota, Bradenton, Clearwater, St. Pete's.
This and other flash mobs dedicated to the cause were choreographed to the same song, Break the Chain. And another exciting event on the Suncoast. If you're a reptile lover, Repticon, bringing everything from snakes to geckos to chameleons in a one-day event at the Sarasota County Fairgrounds. Visitors had the chance to buy a scaly new friend while taking in live animal seminars, buying supplies from an array of vendors, and entering to win prizes in several raffle contests. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, the Trump administration mapping out its next move regarding the travel ban while the president hosts the Japanese prime minister here in Florida. Plus, protesters gathering outside Planned Parenthood clinics nationwide. We'll tell you why coming up after the break.
In the real estate business, trust is important. It's not just about money, it's a place where we live and create memories. Buying a home is such a big investment, you want to find the right one. You don't want to be sold a home, you want someone you can trust to help you find the right home. I am proud to work at an agency where these values matter. I would love to be your realtor. I am Chandra Boone and I'm proud realtor at SWC Properties.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Last-minute Valentine gift ideas. Dr. Jenny keeps things hot in the bedroom for us, and Table Creekside gets romantic.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken XARELTO or PRADAXA. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication XARELTO or PRADAXA and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. XARELTO and PRADAXA have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking XARELTO or PRADAXA, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of XARELTO or PRADAXA who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Today, President Trump in Florida taking the Japanese Prime Minister on a diplomatic journey from Washington to his private resort. And while the president is working on overseas relations, his administration is planning their next move on that controversial travel ban. Here's ABC's Ty Hernandez with the latest.
President Trump is playing host this weekend at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida to the Prime Minister of Japan. He's regrouping after two stinging court losses put a stop, at least temporarily, to his travel ban from 7 predominantly Muslim nations. On Air Force One Friday, the president hinted he's thinking of issuing a new policy.
But we also have a lot of other options, including just filing a brand new order on Monday.
Meanwhile, surprise and shock as agents of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, carry out what they're calling an enforcement surge, arresting undocumented immigrants in raids across the country, from Texas to Atlanta. 161 deportations in Los Angeles alone. Most, though not all of those arrested, had criminal records. No apologies from President Trump's new Homeland Security Secretary, John Kelly.
They were picked up. They were subject to removal. The men and women of ICE are simply going and executing the law, which is what our job is.
And around the country, Republican officials facing angry feedback in town halls over their drive to repeal Obamacare.
Let's all be respectful. Let's hold our boos, and let's hold our catcalls and our comments.
Undoing Obamacare at the top of the GOP domestic agenda, but proving much easier said than done. Ty Hernandez, ABC News, New York.
Around the country today, anti-abortion activists also calling for the federal government to cut off payments to Planned Parenthood. Anti-abortion rights groups mark today as a national day of protest against the organization at clinics in dozens of cities. Organizers say they are calling on Congress and President Trump to defend Planned Parenthood and reallocate that money to health centers with health centers which help disadvantaged women with providing abortion services. In response, many activists supporting abortion rights planned counter protests.
Abortion really should be unthinkable, that we really need to focus on real resources to help women in an unplanned pregnancy.
Defunding Planned Parenthood stops contraceptive services. Ironically, what that may mean is an increase in unwanted pregnancies.
Last month, President Trump banned U.S. funding to international groups that perform abortions or even provide information about abortions. Health Secretary Tom Price has also supported cutting off federal money to Planned Parenthood. Federal dollars don't pay for abortions, but the organization is reimbursed by Medicaid for other services, including birth control and cancer screening. Well, President Trump's administration is stepping back from a request made by the Obama administration in an ongoing lawsuit over bathroom rights for transgender students. And on Friday, the Department of Justice withdrew a motion asking that a temporary injunction blocking Obama administration guidance on the issue only apply to the states that are suing the federal government, which includes Texas and 12 others. A federal judge temporarily blocked the directive nationwide last year. A hearing was set for Tuesday, but Friday's filing asked that that hearing be canceled, saying the parties are currently considering how best to proceed in this appeal. Well, Wendy, we talked about the weather today, not a cloud in the sky, and we have another nice view of the moon tonight.
Oh my
apparently.
gosh, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just big and gorgeous. I felt that when I was looking outside, I felt as though it was just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really gorgeous out
amazing.
there. So we've got a starry night. We had a beautiful day, lots and lots of sunshine. And those temperatures are showing that it was a lot warmer than it should be for this time of the year. Look at the number of 80s on the map. We don't normally see this time of the year, and we're going to see the same thing repeated tomorrow, so it's going to continue to be on the warm side. You'll notice that at the beaches it was just slightly cooler, 75 in the Sarasota area, 76 in Venice and Englewood, reporting 77 degrees, but you get away from the water and we start to see a few 80s. That certainly is what happened today. For us, we had a high of 75. That was the official temperature recorded at the airport. 51 degrees is the overnight low, and that's pretty much where we're supposed to be this time of the year, 73 and 53 degrees. So we're going to continue with this warm weather for the next day or so. 59 right now, our dew point at 57 degrees. The winds are calm at this hour, and if you walk outside, you'll see the stars. It's a gorgeous night. We've got a big full moon and no rain, no clouds even to speak of, so we don't have to worry about anything marring that view for tonight. What we have is just all this dry air that's just sifting across the state, and so this is located in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's going to inhibit any chances for any rain, and we're not expecting to see showers for tomorrow. But what we do have is a cold front that's going to be coming on through the state, and this is a weak cold front, but it could bring the possibility of a couple of showers coming on through, maybe Monday or Tuesday. But the chances of rain, we're not even expecting showers, but we do have another cold front, and that frontal system is situated in the western part of the country, and as it moves across the nation, it's going to be moving very quickly towards the east. It'll be pushing on through our area, and that cold front is actually going to be the one that's going to be bringing us colder weather over the next weekend time period. This high pressure system had been situated across the southeast. It moved out into the Atlantic. That's helping to bring around a shift in the winds. That's creating the warm temperatures that we've been getting and will continue to see at least through tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. So we've got more warm weather on the way. We've got the next cold front bringing back the colder weather for next weekend, and the chances for rain will be right along here with us during the midweek time period. And this is what it looks like over the next several days. We're going to be seeing those temperatures right around that 80-degree mark through Wednesday, a 40% chance of Wednesday with that secondary front coming through, cooling us off just in time for this coming weekend. Adam?
Well, can the Lightning bounce back from a tough shootout loss Friday night? Sports is coming up next.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Getting in through the airport quicker and faster, SRQ has new ideas to improve the travel experience for flyers.
We'll take a look at what they're offering Monday on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Beautiful weekend weather. Will that continue into the new work week? We'll let you know bright and early.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A certain drug can make your dog live longer. Details in Health Smart.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112. For a free brochure, call 1-800-962-4112.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you. Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs. Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call 1-800-738-1923.
Although the financial crisis was some years back, it's still hurting many seniors today. But if you're a homeowner 62 or older, there's a mortgage program that just might make life a little easier. It's technically called a home equity conversion mortgage, but to keep it simple, let's call it a reverse mortgage loan. With the reverse mortgage, you can convert your home equity into cash.
We're not overwhelmed with paying the bills anymore.
And at the same time, eliminate your monthly mortgage payments.
We've got money in the bank.
You never give up ownership.
And smiles on our faces.
For your free information kit, call now. You'll have to pay your property taxes and insurance and keep up with maintenance, but you won't make mortgage payments. You'll receive money. For your free information kit, call now.
Call 1-800-634-1517 for more information. That's 1-800-634-1517.
Now, sports.
The popular rec league Miss Sarasota Softball is celebrating their 40th anniversary here on the Sun Coast. Alumni ringing in the season with opening ceremonies earlier tonight, while also celebrating new softball facilities. Since 1976, Miss Sarasota Softball has helped girls age 4 to 16 develop positive life skills between the chalk lines.
Youth sports, I feel, is kind of at an age where it's getting overlooked with technology, especially girls' sports. So we find this important because this park services the community far beyond the chalk lines and the fences of the field. And the impact we have on these girls, besides turning out great softball players, they really turn out great citizens of our community.
Sarasota County recently renovated the Miss Sarasota Softball Complex for the team's spring season. The girls will be playing under brand new lights and new dugouts, among many other improvements to the park. Well, the Lightning are trying to rebound north of the border after a tough shootout loss last night. First period, Jonathan Gruen racing along the walls, slips a pass to Braden Point for the first goal of the game. 4 goals in 6 games for the rookie. Same period, Lightning win the faceoff. Victor Hedman's slap shot deflected in by Brian Boyle. It's a 2-0 Tampa Bay lead. On to the second period, Andre Palat gets the putt at mid-ice on the one-man rush and snipes one upper 90 left corner. Lightning on fire tonight. They win 4-1 in Winnipeg. It's their 4th straight game with a point. Well, minor league baseball in Florida will be the guinea pig of a new extra inning rules this coming summer. The Gulf Coast League will be among those experimenting with adding an automatic runner to second base if the game is tied after 9 innings. The change is an effort by Major League Baseball to increase the pace of games, but it has been met with some controversy by those worried it will tamper with the sport's tradition. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
What does it mean when New South Windows says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers.
Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken XARELTO or PRADAXA. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication XARELTO or PRADAXA and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. XARELTO and PRADAXA have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking XARELTO or PRADAXA, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of XARELTO or PRADAXA who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
A good deed by a Florida teenager heaps an emotional reward. 15-year-old Hudson Ducharme picked up a Korean War medal at a swap shop, and when he found a name on the back, he posted a picture of the medal to Facebook. That's when the soldier's daughter saw it and got in touch with him. The medal was the only thing she had to remember her father by. Ducharme returned the medal to its rightful owner because he says it was the right thing to do.
Good for him.
Amazing, right?
Good for him.
In a swap shop of all places, it just ends up there and now back with the daughter.
But you hear
where
all
it should
sorts
be.
of things like that. You hear stories like that every once in a while, that things just disappear. They end up in the oddest places. But how wonderful.
Crazy.
Good
and if
for
you
him.
haven't yet, go outside. If you're still awake, and see that moon.
It's gorgeous.